Well,
Yeah. Sorry.
we'll go ahead and get started, and we'll start with the Christmas display since we have a family member here for that. So, Paul, I'll let you kind of talk about that.
Are you here for the Christmas display?
I'm Craig Mears and Richard Schlickman steps.
Okay. I just texted Jake to see if he was coming.
He's not gonna make it.
That's what I said, so. Well, I guess all I know is that Jake had talked about one time, it was mentioned to me that you guys were kind of looking for maybe a potential home for your display, and we're interested if Hillsborough would be interested in it. You can kind of tell what it is, what it consists of. I told him at that time, my concern was is where would we store this? So, but you go ahead and,
Well, he told me that you guys are possibly interested in the Ferris wheel, the merry-go-round, and the teeter-totter.
well, I never really narrowed down any of it.
Okay.
I was just, those were the bigger items that I didn't really know where they would store them or what they were, so.
The merry-go-round is roughly 14 foot tall.
Mhm.
The base of it is probably 8 by 8. The guesstimations, I never actually measured it and stuff. I'm just trying to go off memory of setting them up. The teeter-totter, probably 6 foot wide, but then you're maybe looking at maybe 20, 25 feet long. And then the merry-go-round, I think we came up with 17 or 18 feet straight across. So it's not really a small footprint to store the stuff, but there's a lot more. I don't know how much you guys are interested in, but we've talked about donating the stuff to the city if you guys will take it. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. My wife says she wants it, but I told her no. If you guys did take it, there would be like 3 stipulations. The first one, I guess, is that I'd like to have a sign that states in loving memory of Richard and Diane Schlickman to go in front of it. The other one, Jake and I were talking, and if you guys, if you took it and then decided later on that you didn't want it, that you contact either him or I, and we can decide what to do. And then it has those blow molds on them, like the little Santas or whatever, plastic. I don't know if you guys have seen them up there at all, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I do.
Okay. I did find a letter from Richard written to me saying that we cannot pressure wash because it ruins it. So that's
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what your thoughts were. If we could store them anyplace, I don't know where.
I'd figure out where we could store them, but I always have talked, so I didn't last year because I ran out of time, but I have like the stuff to music. And I always thought it would be cool to have that as an attraction downtown, so to put all that together. I can get more help than just me putting mine up, so I told Paul I'd donate it to the city to do it. So. But if we could we've talked about it for years, trying to have some kind of display down.
Yeah, I think this would be a good start anyway for something. So, but I don't see any problems with the if we don't use it or don't turn out that it works, with getting back to you guys, and deciding what you want to do with it. I don't see a problem with that. So, and I wouldn't think there'd be an issue with the signs that I know of, but just getting them made up of some sort. I don't know what you'd want there, or how big you'd want it, or how you'd want that. That's something we'd have to clarify before that, but would satisfy you. So
well, that's not necessarily saying you guys have to do it. I mean, I can do that as well.
Oh, okay.
As long as it's utilized in front of it.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Maybe we could do it down at Railroad or at Woodland Park. If we had a place to put it.
Another option. Like I said, my only concern is, with storage someplace,
Yeah.
And I may or may not have some room to do that, but I wouldn't promise it. So, but
Does the merry-go-round like it come down at all, or split up at all, or is it all one big piece?
The Ferris wheel?
Or the
merry-go-round.
The merry-go-round. That's all welded up. The Ferris wheel does, that's the one that's 14 foot tall.
Yep.
There are some bolts that you can kind of break it down some. I can look at it more,
But it does break down a little bit.
some.
Yeah.
I don't know how in depth you want to go to tear it down. But, right now, everything is set up so you can move it with forks.
Yep.
He thought about this stuff when he built it. So.
Sounds like it. Thoughts, Eric?
No, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I've seen pictures and they look pretty fun.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. Only been here for 3.5 years, so I never got to see it, but energy at Christmas, and it just kind of reminds me of a lot of places in Arizona where they would have like the drive-through where you can drive through and then you tune your radio to a radio station, and it's like 2 or 3 miles long where you're just driving through and then you exit and you're down the freeway. So I mean, like, yeah, I had a lot of fond memories being a kid, so if we can find space and to store it, we'd love to. I think that would be a huge benefit for Christmas time around Hillsborough.
I mean, there's more stuff out there. I don't know what you guys want.
Take it all. Tara said that she basically wants Hillsborough to look like a Hallmark movie sneezed on it. So that's the goal for the back room too, or the cafe, is to just deck it out in all Christmas stuff. So we're huge into Christmas.
It's fine to start putting up all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
There's a 42-foot semi-trailer that has a little more than half full of stuff right now. I started going through and getting rid of all the old Christmas lights, but there's still a bunch in there. Like those blow molds, I started calling in one shot when I
I showed you.
So, it's a lot.
I take it you used to do a huge Christmas display.
Yes.
That was pre-me too, a bummer.
Wish I could have seen it. Sounds like it was a lot of fun.
It wasn't so much fun setting it up all the time. It was worth it at the end.
Right? When you get it all together, then it's fine.
Yeah, when
And it all
somebody else
works.
sets it up, and he'll be able to.
All the lights work.
And all the lights work and everything times and yeah. Okay. Well, you guys want to explore it more and see what we can find out?
I definitely am for it. Like I said, my only thing is
Storage.
storage. Yeah.
Storage.
Because I think, when did you guys start setting it up?
Maybe 09?
No, I mean in the fall.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we didn't start that long. Usually mid-October.
Mid-October.
Yeah. But this is like the big, yeah. I mean, there's more. I mean, he had like 30-foot Christmas trees, 4 of those that he'd set up.
Oh wow.
Those are spoken for because my wife wants them, so that just means I get to.
You get to put up Christmas trees.
Unless I can convince her not, but yeah, he had sleighs that we'd set up out there. One was behind a tractor, like an old Model V tractor that didn't run. I mean, there was more than just these setting up. I mean, all of those fake Christmas trees, he had a bunch of them inside the 5-gallon bucket. We put concrete in the 5-gallon bucket so they wouldn't blow around and stuff. He put those everywhere. He actually started making frames for them with wheels on them so he could just push them around. He started making candles out of PVC, painting them red. Those I'm not sure. I know I might be taking some of those, but I'm not sure how many are out there right now. A lot of this, I just don't know how much is out there. I mean, I know there's a lot. I don't have like the quantity of them.
You haven't gotten to everything yet.
I haven't. It's a lot. I mean, if somebody wanted to come out and look at the stuff, either get a hold of me or Jake. I'll be out there in the morning, but
Do you have a contact phone number?
yes, 701-899-0851.
Your name again was,
Craig
last name?
Mayers, Mayers.
ERS, okay.
I think we'll be in touch then. And
So I'm usually up there, minimum twice a week, sometimes 5 days a week.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks like nice stuff, so like I'd wanna make sure you had a nice storage place for it, so. To keep it
And we
in good
can run
shape.
cords to this stuff, we plug her in, and, cause I haven't done any of that stuff yet. I've just been working around it.
Sure. That was a very generous offer.
yeah, it is. Appreciate it.
I feel that he would approve my,
It was a nice, Richard was, I've known Richard forever, and he's just a super person. So, doesn't surprise me that his family would want this. So, is there any more questions? You got a 40 by 80 shed we can put it in on?
I don't.
You wanna build one?
Oh, what is that?
You could use it for 3 weeks in the wintertime. Maybe more if we start in October.
well, I'm done.
You are, if you want.
All right.
Unless you want to stick around and learn
No,
more.
I'm gonna take my 2-hour drive. But, all right, well, appreciate
Thank you,
you guys'
Craig.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You too. Yep. You guys have a good night.
You as well.
So we'll go back up to the old, approve the minutes from the last meeting. Have a motion to approve, everything was okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Eric makes a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded by Paul. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
All right.
All opposed? And motion carries. All right, so we'll talk about Railroad Park. Should put Borough as separate, but it's a part of Park, so. Paul and I got the ring set as level as we could and measured out as best we could. And then, the base is set, so.
I guess you had one question and I agreed that somebody had asked, do we have enough room there by the tree? Does it make it
I think it looks too crowded.
too crowded? Was it you that made it?
Probably, yeah.
So move it to the north, or what do you, move it a different place, or what?
I think on the other side of the tree with enough space around the tree to whatever. I don't know.
And that limits, so I would concern that we limit what you do then on that.
Right.
Now you take up that
Yeah.
much space from what you plan on doing down the road.
I don't know, I think.
I don't have a problem with it, I'm just telling you that if you,
Well-
I don't know what your plans are going south, but
Yeah,
that's gonna take up what, well, that thing is what,
It's 10 feet.
10 feet,
Yeah,
and you're gonna probably want it at least 20 feet away from the Christmas tree, so now you're getting close to, I guess I'd have to look at it to make sure, but you're gonna be getting close down to where the birdhouse is and stuff, so.
yeah.
But
I don't know, you guys any thoughts?
I would have to go and look at it, but yeah, we just,
I got a picture of it.
do you have an opinion, Paul?
I mean,
Further north would be the answer, but how far
I think there'd be room to move it north if we needed to, depends on how far you want it.
A little
I don't
bit.
think it doesn't have to be too far. It just seems like everything is trying to be squeezed into that corner.
We should have planted the tree after the fact.
Right.
It didn't matter where we put that tree, it was.
Yeah, I can see pros and cons to both.
if we scoot it south, there's less room for other things. If we try to make it work north and integrate what's there north.
Picture, but I can't.
Yeah,
find it.
I mean, it's crowded, but then you move it and it takes up more space. Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent about it. I think if it's close to the Christmas tree, we can always put antlers on it, and then it could be our 10th reindeer.
Well, and there is that, part of it is that the transformers there.
Transformers,
So we could maybe move that.
So that transformer sits, is it right there?
Right there,
Roughly around there.
right by the sign there. Right there, yeah.
I
We
agree,
possibly
if that
could
was,
move over there, but.
if that was gone, it would feel
Yeah.
different there. Where is the borough right now?
It's right in
Right
here,
there.
but the
Well-
ring is so big. I mean, it needed to be big, but yeah.
The only other issue that it's gonna run into is then we have to run power to light everything up farther down here.
Sure.
All I know is that if we're moving it, we're only moving it one more time.
Yep.
So wherever you want it.
It was a lot of work to move it.
The base is just so bad on it that it's hard to get it level decent, you
Yeah.
know, and it almost should be
You know, it's your,
almost put in, you should almost pour cement in a flat piece of plywood and then just set it down in there and then let it set, and then you have a nice flat base
that's
to
why I
work
asked
on.
how much we paid for the ring, because without the ring, it would be a lot.
You just pull up this chair here,
Smaller.
so.
Oh, you sure?
Yep. So I don't know.
The rig was 400.
Yeah. I don't, without looking at it, can we, how soon do we need to decide? Like today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get it, then we can get dirt in it.
Because we need to paint that base, and then we need to get the dirt in, and homecoming is,
I had talked too about the base, if we took like the plastic they use in the beat trucks, I think I mentioned it to you about painting. You know, plastic that they put in the bottom of the beat trucks. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's 3/16 or whatever. It's white, and then we could maybe just wrap that around it, and you could either paint it or put some type of decal or, you know, something on it. But you could, the thing is, it would just be this white plastic, and it's something that you could change, you know, if you wanted to, you know, every so many years repaint it, whatever it might be. And it would be easy you just attach it on the backside, and it would just wrap around there, and you attach it, it would be 3 feet high. So you'd kind of get rid of that edge of the ring, because it's kind of sharp in there, and it might make a little bit of an edge there too to help with it. And then it might be a little bit more uniform to paint or put a sticker on. Whereas right now, the way the rings are, it's kind of,
My reservations about using that is because I have that as the liner on the inside of the coop. It buckles with temperatures, so depending on what the temperatures is, and so it makes it a pain in the ass to try to sweep up everything out of the coop. So now we're looking at actually getting rid of it. It's not as sturdy as you might think. It's very pliable when it's basically freestanding. But yeah, like we have it as the
how
floor.
thick is it?
It's the same thing. It's the same exact stuff that they use in the bottom of the beat truck.
Because I use it for my horse pens,
Yeah,
and it just stays there.
Yeah.
They don't do anything with it, so.
ours buckled, and it's a nightmare to try to sweep because then shit gets stuck on all the.
I just don't know. I don't know how that's gonna look when you paint that ring like that. I don't know.
Well,
What
I
price you
think-
think?
I thought we were doing brick around
I
it.
think the
Well, we can
goes
brick
brick
too,
or something that's gonna look a little bit nicer, but that's within time. But the 29th of September is homecoming, so I'd like to have it, like to be done by then.
I don't know, everyone I talked to said it kind of looks too crowded, but I mean, I'm only one person too, so. And I don't know how far it would be. I'd have to like go out and measure or whatever.
I mean, do you want it back kind of where it was, which would be,
That was more in the middle of the park, right?
I don't remember
was
it
more
right
to the
about in
picture.
there,
Okay.
but that was the concern, is that this is where at one point there was talk of putting like a stage or something, so then you would lose that.
I don't care either way, just whatever you guys want, like we said, I don't know what,
Paul, do you have that drawing up that we could look at? You had sketched of the park?
Oh,
Did it have the borough in it?
I
I don't think so.
don't think it did, no. No.
But maybe it would give us an idea of what.
He kinda put it in yours, didn't you?
Yeah, it's over here. That one, right?
Kinda, yeah.
But everything is kind of on top of each other.
Well, okay, so what if, this is just a what if scenario. The ring goes around the flagpole.
How are you gonna put the borough on then?
Well, I'm not saying, like, the borough, the base of the borough can sit right next to the flagpole. The flagpole would be within the ring.
nope,
Okay. Okay.
because there's no way, we'd have to cut the ring or lift it over the flagpole, and I ain't lifted it up 30 feet, so,
And we don't wanna cut the ring.
no. I mean, the flagpole eventually could move in a different spot as well. Which maybe then it wouldn't feel as crowded either.
Well, yeah, that might make sense, is if it stays where it's at, the other stuff can be rearranged.
Except for the tree, unless you want to move the tree.
No.
Can't move the tree anymore.
And the reason that we wiped those two things there is because they're, at the stop sign, they're visible. That's why the tree was put there, because it was nice and visible from the stop sign. When you go to the intersection, the same way with the borough, if you move it down, it's not gonna be a real focal point anymore. It's gonna be kinda
Right.
off to the side, whereas this way it's kind of a, you know, it was meant with money to draw people to Hillsborough, and so being it there, it'd be real good. So I don't know how much, by being crowded, what do you think they need, another 5 feet, 10 feet?
Can we go look at it?
We can, I don't care.
Just to,
I mean, this was the idea in the end,
yeah.
minus the duck, because I couldn't get a bird.
Plus the flag is on the other side, so that, you know,
Right.
that kind of makes it a little bit, but like I'm saying, if you're looking at a gazebo at some point, you know, like Levi said too, not to say that you got flags on the other side of the gazebo, not to say that we couldn't move the flag at some point, but,
Right.
you know, it's, and we can sure go look at it. It's probably a lot easier than sitting here talking about it, being we're so close.
Maybe, just to, sorry.
Okay, so Paul and I will move it to the northwest a little bit and kind of angle it towards the northwest. We'll get it as close as we can. Eric, would you be willing to get paint at the
Sure,
hardware
yeah,
store
I can-
that would
yeah.
kind of match
Sure. Yeah.
the base? So then we can,
So cement, do you want like a primer and then a paint, or?
probably, the
Okay.
primer doesn't really matter.
I actually have some primer left over,
Okay,
and then you could just get an exterior paint, right?
yep. The biggest thing is just matching
Okay.
close to what you, so
Yep.
the base, and then we'll put new signage on it
Okay.
after we get.
Oh, I suppose you could vinyl.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do vinyl after,
Yep.
and then I'll put the clear coat on
Okay.
after we put the vinyl on, so.
Okay.
Okay,
How to remove stumps of trees taken down from the storm.
it's not ours.
Oh, okay.
We only did removal of the big stuff, and so if anybody else, it's the responsibility of the homeowner and whoever, if the sidewalk is damaged, then they gotta fix it. Because it's their sidewalk. Alright. So some clarity and different things. Come on. This is what I can tell you. This was Paul and I's kind of plan, or I thought what we were thinking we were going to do with it. But so the sonic tubes were $14.93 a piece, and they're 60 feet, and it is 396 feet from first. So going from the street to the post that is down at the end, I went to the post in today, so you can see on the T-post, because it's 62 feet, I think. Is that what it was?
63 feet.
63 feet from the 50-foot line to the curb.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
50.
going all the way down to that post, coming back in,
Yep.
keeping it about 5 feet away from the
30
thing,
feet from here
and then going to
the
the,
curb. And then the
So-
fence that we're talking about is going all the way from the sidewalk.
so that is about 60 posts that need to be put in. There's a couple extra
This
that.
needs to stay open according to.
So the 4x4 by 12s were $28.69.
Realize that This.
We got those at Menards, and those are these.
We haven't figured out what we want to use for that, but it would be less.
They're green treated, or not green treated, they're cedar
The
toned.
space isn't disease.
Yep, so this. would
Cedar
be
toned.
Where we,
If we want to do the,
parking or something along those lines.
What's the length, 332?
Yes.
if we want to cover them, we can go with this, which will go over top of the posts.
And how much was this?
Those are 91s,
33.
35 a piece.
Square feet.
They're 8 feet, so they're a little bit longer.
Narrow park, but it's still 63.
So for those 60, it's gonna be, that is this Home Depot right here, so it'd be 5,481. So then, if we wanted to upgrade, we can do those, but initially the plan is get the posts in. The 2x6, these are just the different sizes of 2x6s and what the costs are for the same amount of square footage, and those are all cedar toned.
Yeah.
Those have not been bought, but if, at the end of the day, Paul, I have been working on this for 6 years trying to get this fence in, and that is ultimately our first thing we have to do before we do anything else.
Yeah.
Is that we are required to put it in.
I thought we were going 5, are you going 6 foot between posts?
5.
And this is doing the low maintenance materials, correct?
No,
No,
this
this
is
is cedar
cedar toned.
toned.
This is this right here is the cheaper options right now.
Got it.
So the 4x4s, we can add to them to give them the plastic look, which is this post sleeve. So that's another 5,481. If we would have bought the 4x4 post, they would have been 12,791. Those are plastic, heavy duty, and the example's sitting out on that sign outside. If we went with that American plastic, same thing, it'd be 51,784. So it's 60,000 just for the plastic lumber itself, plus the 1548 for shipping. Deckmasters, that is the kind that is out there. The ones that the black ones, they come in less colors. We can get those in Fargo. They're a little bit cheaper. That'd be 4680 or 46,800.
What's the difference between them again? Just to break.
One is this one's Corings, and this one is American plastic.
Okay.
And American Plastic had the 4x4s. So those are,
But it's still the composite lumber, both of them?
both are structural, it's not composite. There is a difference. That is the biggest key. If you,
Are you looking for the?
No, I was just checking the elevation out here.
Okay.
so,
But they're both maintenance free, right?
they're both maintenance, I wouldn't say maintenance free, I would say minimal maintenance. Same thing if you added this post over top of, or that plastic Trex over top of it, as long as you put a cap on the top, it's gonna give us minimal maintenance. It's not gonna give us no maintenance. The idea behind the sonic tube is that we are lifting up So that we're about, I think we said we're gonna put it at railroad, so whatever the railroad height or the street height was is where we're gonna put the bottom or the top of the sonic tube, so there's room underneath the fence for things to go underneath.
And
Cleaning and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, I've seen that, Ada, they have that for their fence around their track. And then they do the same thing over in New York Mills. They have it lifted up a little bit.
So what we've ordered so far is the sonic tubes, these 4x4s, those are in. And then the other thing we have gotten is the U-channel. So I did 2 different places. Grand Forks Welding was able to give us the cheapest price. So those are in as well. It is basically U-channel. It's a aluminum channel, so it's minimal maintenance. We can slide those deck boards right in. And the reason that we did that was, if you look, this gives us right around 5,000, which is a matching fund for the HEDC grant, so we can start getting the rest of the stuff purchased and done. Which would get us pretty close to what we had in the fund. And we can get the fence put up from the end to here. If you wanted more, then you'd have to find the difference. You can do black. This Menard's black 2x6x8s, that is black structural, that's 29,000. The Dakota fence white vinyl, that was back in 2022, we quoted it, that was 32,400, and 600 feet of chain link fence was 31,266 back in 2022.
6 foot of black vinyl chain link fence right now installed for 530 lineal feet is 33,000. That's my commercial estimating from Dakota Fence. So this is just what I had received recently. I work for a general contractor out of Fargo and work with these guys very actively on a regular basis. And I'm willing to share this. I just had received this last week, but black vinyl chain link fence installed 530 lineal feet is 33,000. And that is also an accommodation that they would put in for panels, or kind of like what's similar at the Heck track and field, where you can put in the cubes and designs from there.
Right. The reason that we had talked about doing this is we thought this style is going to be more of a sound barrier proofing type of, is what the
More than a fence.
more than a fence would be, was our original. Because that was a concern of trying to get some of that. I tried to mirror it as a
An acoustic absorption.
similar to what they do alongside the interstates, you know, that type or that kind of a style.
Yeah.
We understand it isn't gonna be
Perfect.
dramatic or anything, but,
No.
And we talked about going 8 feet too, which we could still do. The posts are big enough that you can,
It just has to be minimum 6 feet.
at minimum 6 feet is what the railroad is requiring, so.
And I can say, I mean, when we just had the farmer's market, we had 3 trains in 4 hours, and the gentleman that was singing, he only had to stop once, and that was for a minute. And that was when there was a train coming from the south to the north. The other 2 trains that were coming from the north to the south, he was able to play through that. But the loudest part is actually the tracks rolling through, not necessarily the train. The engine honking its horn lasts all of, again, 45 to 60 seconds. And once that's done, it's just the rolling of the tracks.
So, but as far as what I thought we had talked about the last meeting is that we'd get started. If more funds came available, then we could upgrade to the other stuff. But ultimately, if we didn't, today we have enough funds that we can do.
Cedar foam.
how bad do we want plastic lumber? Is that something, I know the cost is there, but how bad, or what's the benefit to it? Is it worth pursuing that extra money to have that? What's people's thoughts on that? Because to me, that was one of the one of the biggest things we're talking about is maintenance free. And I understand it's a lot more money, but in the long run, is it better? That's, because.
So my take is, so let's say if we put in a chain link fence now and then we upgrade it later, we're gonna be doing the same work twice. We're
Well,
gonna
I
have to
don't,
dig-
Yeah.
a chain link fence, it shouldn't even be talked about, other than for pricing comparison.
So this is from New York Mills. We had asked, so then this is, the administrative assistants for the city of New York Mills. She said, I talked to Kyle and our city clerk, Julie Roberts. Kyle said that the fence consists of
Between
1 by 6 foot wooden boards and 4 by 6 posts. It is pretty labor intensive as far as maintenance. They have to stain it every other year and replace the boards in the past, and it needs to be replaced now. Julie Roberts
I'm
said,
thinking you could go with a 12-foot.
if you are applying for a grant, she would definitely look at more of the composite rather than the wood, as it would be much more maintenance free. I have attached a photo if you would like to, if you wanted to show the boards of what they look like. I hope that answers your question.
If they had a more elaborate, do you have a picture of it?
Yes,
They have
so
more, like,
theirs is
woven
more
kind of
basket
thing.
weave, yeah, theirs is more basket weave, but pretty much what I'm getting at is if we do the chain link fence, we have to dig everything out and then we have to put the posts anyways. But if we did the cedar tone now, it's that channel lock to where we can slide it out.
Oh, yeah.
And they're still in 5-foot sections. They're 2 by 6, 2 by 8, by 5. They're still cedar tone. You can still utilize that wood for other projects, whether it's raised beds or sheds or whatever else that the city might come across. You would have to store the cedar tone boards, but it's not a complete waste.
It's not gonna save a lot, cause you're only cutting down on your posts. About 4 posts.
Did you get to see it? Okay.
I was just thinking from the 12-foot. From the 12-foot, you'll have, obviously, if you go 12-foot, you're gonna have 2 feet of waste.
But ultimately on this, guys and ladies, is that we've been working on this for 6 years. We can't do anything with it until the fence is put in.
Right.
We can't make it safe. We have the money today to do this. We can wish in one hand and poop in the other. And the poop's always gonna be there. And that's what we got. We got X amount of dollars. We can make it work. Yes, I would love to see a minimal maintenance fence, but at the end of the day, if we wanted to redo it so that it is composite, you take out the cedar tone treated and you put the composite in.
And that's what Paul was saying, and then you can reuse that wood for other projects.
Whether it's raised beds or whether it is for pop-up sheds or whatever the case may be.
But ultimately, we don't need any more. I mean, yes, we need some funds, but the funds we have today are ready to go to put the posts in, put the concrete in, and get the fence up and running.
And that includes the 8,200 right?
We're up to 8,200 now.
That's not including the 5,000 grant. So we have roughly about
So you're looking at right now.
13.
So you need.
And that would give us a little bit of wiggle room for money down for grants.
Yep, it pays for your grant. And then you can start fundraising for the rest of it. And I would have preferred to went to HEDC for this. Help pay for a gazebo, help do those things.
And we could still go back.
And we can still go back, but once the fence is up, then we need to finish this plan. We need to design this. But the posts are in. Paul and I can't do everything ourselves, but the next step is mark out where we need to drill the holes. Once those are in, then we can call the locates in, set the sonic tubes, do all that stuff.
Yeah, if you guys are, I thought when we started this that we were looking really seriously at composite, so that's what I thought, so if that's not what you want, then that's fine, I don't care.
I think that's what you want, but I don't know that we can afford nor the sell of this, we're not gonna get,
Right, it's hard to sell 60,000 for a fence or whatever to anyone that I've talked to.
and at the end of the day, the fence doesn't matter, nobody's gonna look at the fence. And I think what we talked about is, you know, we may be painting the fence anyways, because we talked about putting art on it, or having whatever, so that it's,
And it's easy, it would be easy to take them out, paint them, put them back in or whatever. you know.
right.
It's just maintenance and it's work. I'm just
Yeah,
telling you that because,
but
I don't think it's gonna be, the maintenance of it is gonna be as hard as what you guys are thinking, because these are pressure treated, or it's gonna last a little bit longer than, I mean, I look at the boards that are on the Twin Cities on the I-494 interchange that got put in about 10 years ago. I got some of the leftovers and they're still good.
and I think the difference here too is you're putting it up and down versus, you know, we do our deck every year too. Gotta reseal it. You know, whereas this, maybe it won't be quite so bad. I don't know. But get a crew together every couple of years and redo it. If you don't paint it, I guess, you know, it might be worth that $50,000 or $40,000 you save. I don't know. So,
The idea too was by going to HEDC and then asking for what was asked was what was left over from the fence would then be utilized as 30% down or matching grants for other grants for the other phase of the project.
But I think we have to finish that
Correct.
before we go asking for funds.
Correct.
We need to
Gotta have a
finish the
plan.
idea.
yep, gotta have a plan, gotta have it drawn out.
This was only enough to sell the fence, this design, to say, but ultimately, this is meant, it's not a playground park, it is a,
It's a plaza.
it's a plaza, but it is, we need to revitalize our downtown to drive businesses back in. We need a gathering place to make sure that people can come in and do things, and this is one of those areas.
It
that
gives
we
them the
can-
opportunity to have a place to do something, and if we put, because we have the capability, we can put electrical in, which is gonna help a lot for anybody that has vendors and needs electrical. We can put that on the post if we need to. We just got a lot more, once we get the fence there, you know, and then, but I agree with Levi. Once we get the fence in, then let's come up with a master plan of what we're doing and how the phases we're gonna do it. And then that's when we go to economic development and say, hey, you know, this is what we got. You know, and this is what we need, this is what our plan is, this is what it's gonna look like, and this is what it's gonna cost. And then, cause I don't think my take from economic development was nobody was against anything, they just wanted more information. That's just my take, I don't know what your thought was, but I don't think anybody was gonna say no, they just wanted more information. And I'll guarantee you that if they don't have to pay for the fence, they'll probably help you with the gazebo. So, if that's what you decide to do, so.
Right.
But just have a plan. So,
Gazebo or whatever we're gonna.
whatever you put there.
Whatever we're
yeah,
gonna do.
Whatever, that's where I go back to is you gotta have something like what Levi's got here, this program. That's what you gotta have when you go to HEDC, because guess what? Not everybody on that group has got the vision you guys do. You know, you guys are artists. You guys, you this is what you guys do. They're not. So, I shouldn't speak for Sarah. Maybe she's an artist.
You work,
Very minimal with rendering.
you work for a Christensen group.
Christensen Company, yep.
Christensen, yeah, I used to manage over at a tavern, so I watched that. I watched your
Oh.
office get built.
Yeah,
and
you
it
built
was,
the tavern.
Yep, yeah, you guys do good
We
work.
actually own the tavern too, the
Yeah.
building anyway.
Yes, yeah,
But yeah.
you guys do great work.
So we're good to go then, go ahead and get
I've worked
you
with
want 2x6,
Yeah.
8 or 10?
What do we need to do, make a motion to,
Well,
do we need any more?
I guess with that, does one of us need to go to Monday's meeting and say, we have the funds, we just request permission to build?
no,
Or to
Paul
take
and I
those?
We'll take care of it.
we'll take care of it.
But we'll just get a final, are we gonna have enough or should we get some more? You think, cause what are we gonna be short
We won't be short.
for anything? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Cause you said that up to 8,000 are right around, so that,
8,200,
got 13.
We'll check with the city,
Plus
see if
the
any
5.
other
Yes, the 5.
donations came in. And then, yeah, then the 5 comes in from Trail County.
And the thing is too, if we decide, if we don't know for sure we're gonna do it going to the south, then that's where the city steps in and says, hey, we're gonna put something from the south, and they can pay for that,
There's also
right?
the.
If we need to.
Right. I don't know that we need to. The fence is if you they
plan
wanted
to-
it this. We only asked for this. They gave us the rest.
Right.
But that can be of any material, correct? Because it's kind of in like a non-utilizable space.
Well, it
Okay.
It has to
probably,
be, the railroad requirement is a 6 foot
Right.
minimum chain
Barrier.
link.
Minimum change.
because I'd like to see that initially used, put a fence up and try to gravel it and make it into more for parking, you know. for
Either that or
people.
that's where your utilities are, your restrooms and whatnot. So,
We do have to still get the placards or whatever.
Yeah, what are those gonna kind of look like? You don't think people care?
Well, we don't, I was thinking just a plaque. I don't know, I haven't priced them out or anything, but, there's places that make them.
And I'm guessing, my thing is if somebody could come up with something, then I could go and talk to people and say, hey, this is what you're gonna do. I can show you. So the
Well,
ones that have it
what about-
contributed, you know, are they gonna be this big, or are they gonna be this big, or what are
You
they
guys
gonna kind
thinking
of look like?
metal,
I was
composite?
thinking metal,
Metal?
yeah.
Metal that would be screwed onto the.
Yeah.
Okay. so
Because I've had a
like
few
that's
questions from
laser
people is what are
engraved.
they,
Yep.
what's
Okay.
that gonna look like?
Well, if you
And,
guys need help with getting quotes for any type of materials, certainly reach out to me via email or text too, because I can reach out to my vendors and see if I can get them cheaper and shop them down. My
Yeah, that'd be
job.
great. I don't know what they cost or anything, but.
Yeah, I got a couple people in mind
Okay.
that can shoot you their contact info, or if you've got an idea of a family name or something that can be put on there.
So, yeah, something,
What size?
something like along these lines, special
Yeah.
thanks to, and then it would be their name or company, and then for sponsoring. And then it would be either if they bought a half of the fence, because it was 300, or the full fence, which is 600, and then, yeah, their name would go in there. And then this would go, we had talked about what, the top left corner or
I
center?
think so, because.
I don't think it.
Well, some
worries.
of them are shared, right? If you're sponsoring half of a
I'm
section.
just saying, I don't think it's something that we need to worry about
Right,
this
right,
second.
right.
well, I need it more for marketing. If somebody asks me what is it gonna be, I can show them. what
I
it
think
is.
you need to find a vendor, get one
Right,
done,
yeah.
and then he can, or get the ones.
And you won't need any more money anyway at this point anyway, so really
No.
don't need to go and market it anymore.
Right.
I think too, if you do, even if they bought half the fence, and I know we don't have to talk about this now, but if they bought half the fence, you put both of their names in there. Because then
Then you don't have.
then you don't have to do one there and one right in the middle. Everything's uniform, everything's in the top. And they pay for it.
And I know on that sponsorship form, there was some limit on characters and
Yeah,
whatnot.
right.
How many placards total, just so I can get a rough idea?
How many sections? It was,
Well, how many sponsors?
I don't
right,
know.
how many sponsors, right?
What do you got, maybe
Okay,
10 or
so
12, how many do you have?
We're up to, I mean, I would have to look and see how many have fully sponsored and how many have half sponsored and how
I
many
think
were
it's 20.
just donated.
Well,
To start with.
I'll put my email and phone number down here. Just shoot me the details of like what size you want it to be,
Okay.
what you want written on there, and then how many sponsors.
We can all,
Yeah.
we can hash out that and then
Yeah, shoot it over to me and I'll
send it
reach
to
out
you
to a couple of
guys
my
if you guys
vendors.
wanna look it over and then we'll send it over.
Okay, so we do need a motion saying that we're approving to go with the cedar tone.
I motion.
Are we going with 2x6 or 2x10? Which one you gonna do?
I might just, whatever they have, is what it might have to be. Like, I'm probably gonna go try to get the 2x10s, but if I can't get enough 2x10s, I might have to go with 2x10s and a few 2x6s, or 2x8s.
Wouldn't that
Which-
look different though? Something different.
Well, part of it is, Paul, is so a 2x,
We can mix them, right? We can do like 2x10s on the bottom and 2x6s on the
well,
top.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, a 2x10 is gonna be 9 inches, thereabouts.
Right, 9.5.
9.25, probably 9 1/8. You just never know.
Yeah.
But so that's 72 inches. So you divide that by 9. You could get exactly an 8, but if they're anything less than that,
Right, you're trying to just make that top.
just trying to make the top even is all.
Yeah, makes sense. Yep.
You have a weird cut, yeah.
Because you never know. Sometimes you get them, they're 8 1/4. Sometimes they're 8 1/8.
Depends on what they are too.
Yes, it just.
How good they are.
you mind if I take a photo of this? Just
Go
so I
for it.
can
Yeah.
do some shopping? Price matching? Price gouging?
So we have a motion to move with that. Do I have a second?
Thank you.
I'll second.
Seconded. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. So the tree grant, I'm still waiting to hear back from Forest Service. We finalizing our last tree grant. I don't remember if I told you guys, it's a 1-for-1. So it's only for elm trees, and so we have to, every one we take out, we have to put one back in.
Elm or ash?
Ash.
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 Not that it matters.
It does actually.
Well, I think we all knew.
But until I get the application, but
The elm should all be gone by now.
they're not. So I'm still working on that. So
And that's for who? Who can,
that's the Forest Service grant for all the
Can you
boulevard
utilize it?
trees and different things.
Hillsborough residents.
But it's the.
Any Hillsborough place.
We did it last year, right?
Last year we did
On the, anything on the
On
boulevard
the boulevards.
that's looking,
it has to be public spots.
okay.
what about the campground?
You can't.
Okay.
That's not public. It's got to be public property. So it'd have to be owned by the city or school district or park district or, it's not my rules.
But the public can go to your stuff.
Right?
That's not the way the grant works. So,
I tried.
any other discussion? If not, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned.